angels, welcome back to another video. My name is Ameera and I teach women how to use femininity and queen consciousness to level up in life. In today's video, I want to discuss with you how to recover from a toxic relationship. Now, a lot of us are unfortunate enough to go through toxic relationships and relationships with narcissistic people, and when we leave those relationships, we find that we are not ourselves anymore. There's a lot of recovery and healing that needs to be done from within before we can get our lives back on track. So in this video, I want to share with you tips that you can use to get your life back on track. The first step I have for you is get medical help if you have been physically or sexually abused. You don't want to wait too long to get any help because you don't know what complications could have occurred. Sometimes you might have problems that surface later on in life due to a physical or sexual abuse or trauma that took place earlier on. So don't wait too long. Get yourself checked out at a doctor or a clinic or a hospital as soon as possible if you've had any physical or sexual abuse. Also, if you know of anybody that is physically or sexually abused, and if they are refusing to get to a doctor, please speak to them, convince them that they need to get to a doctor or a hospital to get checked out as soon as possible. But do not, and I repeat, do not do anything without speaking to them first. Do not call on doctors, do not call on external help to intervene in her situation, because that might potentially be dangerous for her. So speak to her yourself before you do anything, okay? The next step I have for you is to sort out your mental state of mind. Being in a toxic relationship, especially with a narcissistic person, is extremely taxing on your mind and your well-being. You are being fed lies about yourself, you are being fed lies about the world, you are being abused, and you are being stripped away of who you are every single day. And it's going to take a lot of work for you to build up yourself and your confidence in yourself again. And it all starts with your well-being mentally. So I would suggest you get therapy as soon as possible, get counseling if you can, and make sure that you work through all of the traumas and all of the issues that you've picked up in this relationship. The last thing you want to be doing is going into another relationship, especially now. And you also don't want to be going into a relationship in the future with these baggages tied to you. So make sure you are working through the emotional trauma, all the problematic stuff in your head through therapy before you enter into another relationship. And also, if you're not planning on another relationship in future, therapy is still the best way for you to work through anything you've been through in that relationship that you need to recover from. The next tip I have for you is to clear your mind of all the miseducation. So you have been miseducated over the time period that you have been in this relationship. You have been fed lies about yourself, that you are not good enough, that you are not pretty enough, that nobody is going to love you, that you are not worthy of love, that only they love you and no one else can love you the way they do. Anyone and everyone else in your life has walked away and left you, and they are still there. These are lies that they feed you, and they do this purposely to keep you locked into that relationship. So you need to feed your mind positivity and let go of all of that miseducation that they've been talking into you. They've been talking death into you, and now you need to talk life back into yourself. Okay, so if that means finding motivational videos, finding educational videos or books or anything that you can use to help guide you through this, to help relieve the miseducation from your mind and feed your mind with positivity. One of the things I found very helpful on my journey was meditation, which is just sitting in silence for 5 to 10 minutes every day, observing your thoughts without judging them, and just focusing on your breathing. Calming your mind and your body somehow has a way of healing yourself, and it's really helped me a lot in my journey, and I'm sure that it will be beneficial to you as well. You must do it for a prolonged period of time, and you must make it a habit, so doing it every single day. But I would suggest that you give it a try. The next tip I have for you, which bleeds out from the previous point I've mentioned, but it is feed your mind positivity. And this is extremely important because being in that toxic negative environment, you are only subject to toxic and negativity all the time. You need to feed yourself some positivity. And in that way, you will build up your confidence, you will build up a love for yourself again. And feeding your mind positivity is not only about yourself, but feed your mind positivity in other ways as well. If that means watching things or reading things that motivate you in other ways, or that educate you somehow, or that inspire you somehow, anything that makes you have a positive emotion is what you should be focusing on feeding yourself. The next tip I have for you is work on getting your confidence back. If that means doing more hobbies, or having interests, or pursuing any skills that you would like to do, then do that. Okay, whatever you need to do to build up your confidence is what you should be focusing on at this moment. Okay, stay away from things that make you feel bad about yourself. If there's any social media accounts you are following that make you feel bad about yourself, or that contribute to having a low self-esteem, please unfollow those people and focus on positivity and building your confidence. Like I said, focus on having hobbies, interests, skills you are pursuing, perhaps starting a business or project, or helping somebody with a business or project, or teaching somebody something, but focus on something that is going to build your confidence. The next tip I have for you is build up friendships and relationships with people again. When you are in a toxic relationship, you will be isolated over a period of time. You will find yourself isolated from all the friends and family that you've once had surrounding you. And this is done purposefully by the narcissist to keep you locked into that relationship and to keep you isolated so that you can remain tied in that relationship. So once you have broken free, you now need to rekindle relationships and friendships with people you perhaps have broken away from. You don't always have to go back to the friends and the people that you were with before the relationship, but you can make new friends. You can, but focus. The point is to focus on relationships once again. Okay, not in a romantic sense, but in a friendship sense, in a supporting sense. Find people that love and care about you and want the best for you, and build relationships with them. Also, don't be too trusting. Be wary of people who want to use you. So just keep them at a distance, but remember that there are people out there for you, that love you, that care for you, and you need to find a way to build relationships with them again over time. The next tip I have for you, I spoke about this previously, but I'm going to mention it again. That is, find passions and interests that you would like to pursue and go for it. So make a list of 5 things that you would like to achieve. If that means starting your own business, or perhaps doing something like learning a language, learning to play an instrument, whatever it is that you want to do, make a list of 5, your top 5 interests and passions, and start pursuing them. By doing so, not only will you keep your mind busy, you'll also build confidence in yourself. You will also do something you enjoy, which is good for your self-esteem and for your peace of mind and your well-being. The next tip I have for you is journaling. You will be going through a lot of emotions, a lot of ups and downs through your recovery. Sometimes you will miss your relationship, you will miss the narcissist, you will want to contact them, you will want to go back to them, you will remember all of the good memories you once shared with them, you will forget all the negativity, all the pain and all the heartache that they've caused you, and you will want to reach out to them. This is the time you need to journal. Grab your pen and paper or your notebook and write down exactly how you are feeling, but do not grab your cell phone, do not call them, do not text them, do not DM them, do not contact them. Contact your journal. Write in your journal exactly how you are feeling, why you are feeling this way. And remember, this is part of the recovery process. No one is expecting you to feel 100% all the time, to feel happy all the time, to feel excited all the time, to be in a good vibration all the time. Sometimes we do feel down. Sometimes we do feel low vibe. We do feel like we miss our relationship, we miss the narcissist, we miss everything, and we want to fall back into that good memories that we once had. But unfortunately, that is all an illusion. Okay, so focus on the here and now. Be present in your moment. Deal with the feelings you are feeling by journaling and getting down to the bottom of your emotional state and your emotional well-being. The next tip I have for you: stay away from other romantic relationships. Now is not the time for you to be focusing on another relationship. You should be focusing on yourself, building your confidence, building your finances, building your friendships, building the things that have been broken down while you were being stuck and sucked into this toxic dynamic. Okay, if you look around, you will notice that your life has fallen apart. You need to start picking up the pieces, and it's not going to start, and it's going to end very badly if you go into another relationship now. You don't need another relationship now. You need to focus on fixing your mind, your state of life, and then you can focus on a new relationship when you get to that place. So stay away from relationships, stay away from texting other boys, men, whatever. Just stay away from anything that is going to pull you into a relationship. Okay? The next tip I have for you is to build up your finances. Now, perhaps you've gotten your finances together to a point where you could leave the relationship, but now you need to build on financial independence, because there's no freedom except financial freedom. If you have financial freedom, then you don't need anyone or anything else. You're not going to be falling into toxic dynamics as easily. You are not going to be tied to toxic dynamics as easily, because you have the freedom to move in and out as you want. You have the freedom to do as you please, and that freedom comes from financial freedom. So you need to work on your finances now. If that means starting your business, then do that. If that means finding an additional stream of income, do that. There are so many ways in which you can find or do additional streams of income. If you look it up online, you will literally find hundreds of ways you can increase your income. You can add additional incomes to your income streams. So find a way that you can have additional income, build up your finances, and make sure that you are working towards being financially independent and financially free. That includes being debt free and just having an income that you can do as you please with. Okay, so those are the tips that I have for you. I really hope that it was helpful. If you enjoyed it, give me a like. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. And follow me on social media. Links down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.